Z92.7 WZBD Radio presents exciting high school wrestling. Brought to you in part by the many community-minded sponsors you'll hear. And now to the gym for the exciting action.
You may not know it, but Hitzer Patio and Fireplace is the perfect gift center for most everyone on your gift list.
Big Green Egg Grills,
Gift certificates,
tabletop pellet grills,
Pelican premium coolers,
cast iron kettles, and Dutch oven. Unique gift ideas for special people on your gift list.
Hitzer, 269 East Main Street in Bern.
DeVos Johnson's Wick Baker in Ainsworth is now DeVos Baker Ainsworth and Razzo. While the name is different, our dedication to serving Adams County and surrounding areas remains the same as when L.C. DeVos began his practice nearly 150 years ago. Our name celebrates the future of our office while honoring the legacy and dedication to clients displayed by our founding member and the 3 generations of DeVos attorneys that followed him. Call Tim Baker, Scott Ainsworth, Luke Ainsworth, or Ann Razzo to experience the same dedicated and knowledgeable service in meeting your legal needs.
No matter your age, health and life insurance can be confusing and overwhelming. This is Derek Bailey with Bixler Insurance. Whether you are currently on Medicare or will soon be qualifying for Medicare, we have the products and expertise to meet your needs. Under age 65 and looking for health coverage? Interested in protecting your family from an unexpected loss with a life insurance policy? We can discuss options to assure your peace of mind. Call Bixler Insurance today to schedule your free appointment.
Looking for unbeatable deals? Head to Kelly Auto Mall of Decatur. With over 70 years of trusted service, we offer Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram all in one location. Enjoy free car washes for life, a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, and limited time offers on our remaining 2024 inventory. Deals this good won't last. Hurry in today.
Mercury is hazardous to the environment, and because mercury is used in fluorescent bulbs, CFLs, and other consumer items, you need to know how to handle these products and properly dispose of them. There are many informative websites with details, or you can call the Adams County Solid Waste Management District, or visit www.recycle.in.gov. Help keep mercury from our water and environment. Know what to do and always dispose of products that contain mercury properly. And keep your water clean.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your independent local choice for physical therapy. There's no referral needed to come see us, and we accept all insurance. With direct access, you can just walk in and request an appointment at any of our 18 convenient locations. Our team of expert therapists are here to help you recover and get you back to doing what you love. Visit us online at indianapt.com to request your appointment.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Hey, do you know when and where we can recycle in Adams County?
Well, I know you can recycle from 8 to 4 weekdays and Saturday 8 to noon at the transfer station next to Golden Meadows.
Okay, where else?
In Decatur, behind D&D Marathon on the east side of town on Thursdays. Mondays at Simon Manufacturing, 27 South in Bern. And in Monroe on the third Tuesday at the fairgrounds. Plus, you can always get the latest info at adamscountyswmd.com.
Thanks. Does your heating system need a good end-of-the-season tune-up from Masters Heating and Cooling? Now is the time to tune up your heating and cooling system. At Masters, we have technicians that can service most makes and models of furnaces and heat pumps at low-cost seasonal special pricing. Contact Masters Heating and Cooling at 1045 South 11th Street in Decatur. On the web at mastersheatcool.com to schedule your preventative maintenance checkup now.
This is Dr. Matt Baker from Decatur Dental Services. Imagine a dental experience you look forward to. At our family-friendly clinic, we provide a relaxing environment for adults and children by utilizing the latest technology to ensure your visit is stress-free. We use digital x-rays and intraoral cameras to provide the most accurate diagnosis and treatment plan for each patient. Settle into our comfortable surroundings and relax while we attend to your dental needs. Call any of our offices to schedule your visit.
Krukeberg Auction and Realty has been your trusted partner in the auction process. Buying or selling, they make the steps straightforward and easy, guiding with expertise and commitment. The family-owned local business, not just auctioneers, your neighbors supporting local athletics. Feel confident you're in the right hands. Call Krukeberg Auction and Realty today. Experience the difference with family you can trust.
At Three Rivers Federal Credit Union, we're focused on empowering you to achieve financial wellness by offering the resources and support you need every step of the way. We're equally committed to bettering lives in our region through volunteerism, community funding and partnerships, college scholarships, and more. We give back to the people, places, and ideas that matter most to you. Learn more at threeriversfcu.org. Three Rivers is federally insured by the NCUA.
Join the team at Smith Brothers of Bern, where they pride themselves on providing their employees with a family atmosphere. Smith Brothers is currently hiring with a Monday through Friday work week in an air-conditioned environment. Employees are not required to wear uniforms and can listen to music while they work. Starting wages are $17.50 to $21 an hour at the end of their first year with a yearly bonus incentive and a competitive benefit package. Apply online at smithbrothersfurniture.com or in person at Smith Brothers, 356 Monroe Street in Bern.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance.
See Toby, Mark, Kyle, or Barb at Graber Insurance with offices on Highway 27 North in Bern and 623 West Monroe Street in Decatur.
Welcome back to Delta High School, and sometimes, Josh, I'm not as smart as my new equipment because my new equipment's got a mute button, and we're on mute the whole time. Our advertisers got their advertised play, but our fans was hearing dead air. But I tell you what, go ahead and tell us who this first junior varsity match is here for South Adams.
Yeah, we're going to have Andels Banter. He's a freshman for South Adams. This might be a catchweight. He's listed at 150. He's going to be wrestling Maddox Byram, a sophomore from Delta. And they're underway, and looks like Byram in on a single leg, and they go out of bounds.
Well, they did have him in at the varsity spot here on your lineup. Did they make a switch at? They had Andels in there. Did they not? Yeah, Andels Banter.
So that might be a move here they make early, and maybe South Adams bumps up. Wyatt Mann is listed at 150, 157 with Eli Loshi out sick today. Might just be a forfeit.
Okay. Well, we'll pencil in a forfeit here. That's why I write in pencil all the time. But we can see the action here going on as this junior varsity match taking place, and you said this is a 157-pound weight class?
Yeah,
looks like?
Yeah, and with these junior varsities, it's always, you try to get an equal matchup around the same weight. So, like I said, it might be a catch weight, it might be 150 to 160. Two guys that just want to get extra mat time, start off their year.
Like to thank all of our fine sponsors, including some of our boosters that we mentioned throughout the night. It's Johnson's Auto Sales at the corner of 13th and Adams Street in Decatur. And if you tried to get into Johnson's Auto Sales this afternoon, you couldn't get in there because there's a water main break right next to the store, and their driveway was blocked by a bunch of city trucks fixing a water main. But probably about 3:30, they had it fixed and cleaned back up. So tomorrow you can get into Johnson's Auto Sales. Also, along with Rebecca Cochran, 165 North 2nd Street, Decatur. Tax time right around the corner. Get in and let her take care of your taxes like she does mine. She figures out all this huge amount of wrestling or radio money that I make to see how I can make out with Uncle Sam. But once again, those are fine sponsors that are on the tap for tonight. A couple of new sponsors in here tonight. Schrader Real Estate along with Bullenbacher & Associates. And I think I know where that Bullenbacher & Associates push came from, as we had assistant coach Nathan Wynn on the show the other night. And I think he went to his employer and said, hey, could we spend some radio money? And I think the answer was yes.
Yeah, and being the accountant he is, maybe he found a little wiggle room and made it work. And maybe it's going to cost him out of his own pocket since he's not working, he's missing work time.
Those accountants sometimes have those hidden accounts, those offshore Swiss bank accounts where they can store some advertising money in.
Yeah.
All above table, I'm certain.
The score is now 13-2 in this junior varsity match. All the points for Andels Banter have come off an escape. Looks like Maddox Byram has got some takedowns in his arsenal, and he's doing a good job now. Banter's in on a takedown, but Byram's doing a good job defending and drops back in.
Josh, on the way down here, we were talking about the four studs for Delta are going to win their matches, but the rest of this team could be one of the weaker Delta teams we've seen in a lot of years.
Yeah, and like we talked off air, they have four noticeable studs. They do have a freshman coming in that is ranked in the state. He comes ranked in at the number 7th, so they bring in 4 guys that have placed at the state finals, but they also bring in a freshman that has a very good chance at placing in the state finals. So to the viewer's eyes, 4 studs, but they might have a 5th one. We've yet to see how good this kid is for Delta.
Well, a couple years ago when they talked about young Jensen Boyd being pretty good, and he has lived up to all that billing, and he told me on the way in here that he has a younger brother that wins a lot of national tournaments that someday we're going to see in this Delta lineup as well.
Yeah, they've got kind of a good youth program, and that's where it all starts. Cody's done a good job of putting the right guys in the right place to build up the youth program, and so then when they get to his high school team, they're studs. When you get guys coming in at freshmen that are, vying for a state title, that's huge. And, that's what the breakdown of their lineup is. They've got one senior, Cade Jackson, then it goes 2 juniors, and then, they've got a bunch of sophomore and freshmen. So they've built it up the right way.
So who is wrestling for South Adams right now here?
For South Adams, we have, looks like, David Flores Santo. It looks like to be 190 pounds. And I did not catch the name of who he's wrestling. David comes in as a freshman, and he's getting a rude awakening as kids run a tight double wrist. And now he switches over to a wrist and a half, and he's taking David over.
That first junior varsity match ended in a tech fall 19-2. This match with 45 seconds left, and that's where minute 15 seconds is the fall time. That junior varsity contest has ended. Now let's run around the commercials and back with what we can see if there's going to be a lineup, but they're going to put some time on the clock and have a senior night presentation, but we'll be back with more wrestling action here on WZBD's YouTube channel.
Hi, this is Tina with Innovative Concepts. The holidays are quickly approaching, and we have something for every tech lover on your list. From smart home upgrades and sound systems to remote starts and home theaters, give the gift of amazing technology this year. Don't stress over shipping delays or big box crowds. Shop small, shop local, and support your hometown experts. Gift certificates are perfect for the gadget lover in your life. Innovative Concepts, 1421 Manchester Street in Decatur. We bring technology to you.
When you need building materials, you need Arnold Lumber, 425 Winchester Street in Decatur, featuring lumber in a wide choice of sizes, plus doors, windows, roofing, and more. Whether it's a complete new home or remodeling, a new deck or deck repair, a new kitchen or a kitchen update, whether it's an erected or materials-only garage or pole barn package featuring quality metal, free professional designs and estimates. Arnold Lumber provides it all. Open 7 to 5 Monday through Thursday till 4:30 on Friday and 11:30 on Saturday.
Strep throat doesn't call ahead. The flu doesn't RSVP. When illness arrives, it usually shows up unannounced. And so can you at Adams Medical Group Primary Care. At every stage of life, your primary care provider stands ready to offer same-day treatment. And if you need a higher level of care, our primary care team can direct you to the most appropriate care Adams offers. Primary care at Adams Medical Group. Close by and compassionate.
9 miles from Monmouth and 9 miles from Fort Wayne, situated on 27 just south of 469, sits 9 Mile Restaurant, your home for great meals since 1837. Providing home-cooked meals to travelers between Decatur and Fort Wayne for over 180 years, 9 Mile has stood the test of time as an institution on the southern edge of Allen County. With seating on the family side, the bar side, and outdoors, there's always a reason to stop and have a meal. 9 Mile also has a full-service bar and a professional service that can cater your next event or party. The next time you're on your way to or from Fort Wayne, stop in. If you've gone the distance, welcome to 9 Mile.
This holiday season, our Best One team is especially thankful for you. And no matter what time of year it is, we're here to provide you with peace of mind every mile of the way. Right now, get a Valvoline full synthetic oil change for just $39.99 after rebate. Plus, enjoy the lowest tire prices around to keep you safe and road ready for every holiday drive. Because peace of mind shouldn't come with a big price tag. From our Best One family to yours, thank you for trusting us, for choosing local, and for letting us keep you rolling safely through every season. Best One in Monroe, selling tires, serving people.
Don Myers Plumbing and Heating in Bern is your American Standard home comfort dealer.
American Standard has been in business for more than 100 years and welcomes Don Myers Plumbing and Heating of Bern as one of their independent dealers. Don Myers Plumbing and Heating and American Standard will provide your home or business with energy-efficient heating and cooling equipment, saving you money. Don Myers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling at the east edge of Bern on Adams County Road 000, your American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning dealer.
Welcome back to Delta High School as they have their seniors out here. As they're introducing their seniors, we know that Kay Jackson is one of them, Braden Swain, along with Dayton Swanson, Daniel Tokar, and I think they may have a wrestling manager that is a senior, but we will see as they come out here. But Rex, we're along with Josh Gaskell as we get ready for tonight's action here. As I'm glad you could join us here as we do have the video camera going tonight. And has a pretty good angle here. Will allow you to see most of the action, as that is one of the new benefits that we are able to bring you through the YouTube channel. And Josh, can you imagine a couple years ago when we could only cover matches, whatever we could put on 92.7 FM, and tonight we've got 2 on YouTube, and one of them they're going to bring over and put the Belmont Dwinger match on 92.7 as well. But YouTube channel, 2 of them running, and video on both.
Yeah, times are changing. But as we looked at, we talked on the ride up here about this Delta squad and how loaded are they. They bring back 4 state qualifiers, 5 guys ranked, but South Adams also brings some people into this match that are ranked. Dakota Sprunger comes ranked at number 21 at the 126-pound. In West Somerset, man, if you've seen him on the football field, you know how much of an animal he is. He comes in ranked as the number 10 guy at 190 pounds. About had a showdown at the Double Eagle with Palacios family on Sunday night. As Coach Wynn was hyping up his junior wrestler at 190 and didn't know the Palacios family was there. So
that's when you need to understand not only who the wrestlers are, but you need to understand who their parents are. But Troy Palacios is a pretty mild guy. Now I think you might have to worry about Kathy more than Troy. Wrestling moms, they can get a little bit aggressive. But I tell you what, the X-Man, we're looking for big things from him this year. 8th place winner at state last year, and he did a lot of wrestling over the summer, and that wrestling's a big tournament, wrestled in Super 32. And I tell you what, those guys that go out and find out what real wrestling is like when they take on the Super 32, or the guys from Belmont that went to Fargo and other area wrestlers that went to Fargo, those guys learn what real wrestling's about out there, and they do nothing but grow.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. To be just neat to see how the season transpires. I think maybe the ranking for West Somerset, a little bit of an overreaction by those who rank him. But like I said, if you've seen him on the football field, you know how much of a game changer can be whenever he is put into an athletic sport, especially like wrestling. So we might have 2 guys ranked in the top 10 at a weight at sectional, which is very unheard of. We haven't seen that in a while. So if that rankings hold, we could see a nice match there in the future.
That's one of those things that I get used to watching guys on a football field, and they look big in their football uniform, but after the regional championship game, I was in a press box at North Miami, and he walked by me in his uniform, and I was like, that is a big kid.
Yeah, and he's I gave him a hard time down there when I was talking to the coaches. He's kind of representing the Rocky Balboa with the wrestling shoes. I said, but you look a little bit more like Ivan Drago with your build. So it looks like we're going to take about an 8-minute break here, let the wrestlers get warmed back up.
And what that'll do is allow us to play in some more ads from our fine sponsors. As some of these matches, there's going to be some forfeits in there, and we want to make sure that we don't short anybody. And so we'll get through these ads just in case we run short on time, but we'll be back with more wrestling right here on WZBD's YouTube channel.
Who wants a complete smile? Or maybe it's just time for a dental cleaning and exam. Visit Dr. Laura Kugelhahn and her gentle, knowledgeable, and caring staff at Complete Smiles, located at 1133 North Main Street in Bluffton, Indiana. Dr. Kugelhahn would like to help you maintain your dental health or transform your smile. Complete Smiles is there to help you. Dr. Kugelhahn is currently accepting new patients. Call 824-3100 today to schedule an appointment.
When faced with the difficult task of making arrangements for your loved one, many emotions and questions arise. What would they want me to do if they were here? Where is the money coming from? How much should I spend? Do they want burial or cremation? The staff at Haggard, Hershey, and Zelt Funeral Home can help you navigate these tough questions. Make your wishes known and allow us to make sure that your wishes are carried out. Call Ryan Hershey or Eric Zelt at 260-724-7167 to schedule an appointment today.
Renowned around the Midwest for his skills and his creative abilities, Nate Bowers and the team at Bowers Paint Studio in Decatur work with a wide range of clients, from collision repair to custom paint jobs for classic cars and motorcycles. Located on Monroe Street on the west side of Decatur, Bowers is your place for body work too, whether it's getting your ride back on the road or finally getting that classic car, the paint job you've always wanted. Stop by or give Nate a call to put the best in the business to work for you.
Why lose out to pain? Visit Dr. Carla Grody at Grody Chiropractic, 320 West Monroe Street, Decatur. She's a specialist in the utilization of proven non-force techniques to treat injuries of all kinds requiring professional chiropractic care. Call 724-2510 for an appointment with Dr. Carla Grody. Open Monday through Thursday, closed Friday and Saturday. Grody Chiropractic, 320 West Monroe Street, Decatur.
Expert Transmission on US 224 in Decatur and on US 124 in Bluffton is the place to go for not only transmission help, but also full-service general auto and truck repair. Matt, Corey, and Tyler at Expert Transmission are experienced and ASE-certified mechanics who can diagnose and fix your family or work vehicle. Call Steve or Dustin soon to set up an appointment. Expert Transmission has the best warranty in the business, 5 years and 100,000 miles on a new transmission, and can give you a free estimate. Call today at 724-2434 or like Expert Transmission on Facebook.
Your family deserves the finest in quality foods and service from Manly Meats, just 4 minutes east of Monroe. We are committed to continuing the tradition of country quality meats, a complete deli, custom butchering, canning, and catering. Plus, with the holidays just around the corner, think of us for turkeys, steaks, prime rib, party trays, and more. And don't forget, a Manly's gift card is always appreciated any time of year. Make Manly's your destination for the finest meats, custom butchering, and canning.
Welcome back to Delta High School, home of the Delta Eagles. And Josh, on that wall across from us over there, they have a wrestling lineup of some of the greatest wrestlers that I have known in my wrestling days and my refereeing time. I refereed here during the 80s, and some of those guys were on the wall over there. One of their state champions down here, assistant coach David Locke. Tell you what, they were some studs. They had Johnny Ginther, and they had Trent McCormick, David Locke. They had some guys that were just absolute studs. And one of the biggest matches I ever refereed in this gym, myself and Brad Williamson had a match, and it was Indianapolis Cathedral versus Delta. And this place was packed. They were hanging out of the rafters. I mean, you couldn't have got another person in here. And Coach Bud Palmer was coaching at the time, and the place was so loud you couldn't even hear yourself thinking. The first period ends in a match, and I turn and ask the kid his choice for something, and the Cathedral crowd just goes crazy. And I'm like, what's going on? And the Delta kid's standing like nothing, and Coach Palmer says, Rex, I need a word with my wrestler, please. And he come over, and he chewed his ear on something. And Bud told me, he said, that'll never happen again, Rex. And it's like, I had no idea what was going on. Match is over, and I walk over, and I ask Brad Williamson, Brad, what happened? He said, when you turn your back, he said, he flipped a double bird to the Cathedral crowd. And it's like, it was a war, and it was on. And I tell you what, this place was rocking back then. But, the Delta 80s teams, 5 state championships in a row before they went to the team tournaments and stuff like that. They had some studs back in the day.
Well, they've got studs now. The only, thing holding them from, winning a team title down in Indianapolis is the Brownsburg, the Crown Points that are going to have maybe 9 guys place or 8 guys place. We could see easily with this Delta lineup, I think I could see 4 of the guys in the finals. That's how that tough. And that'll put you easily in the top 5, but it's going to be hard to dethrone a Brownsburg or a Crown Point when they've got, their whole team is going to, look at a spot to be placing.
Our good friend Dane put a real good article out here tonight I read before I headed down here, but he was talking. It's one of those things. As a dual mate team, this Delta team is really going to struggle in dual mates, but they have 4 hammers that could very easily win a Fort Wayne semi-state.
Yeah, and I think they've got 4 guys that are maybe favorited in my mind to win the semi-state, but then are probably favorited to be a quarterfinal or a semi-finalist. Which is huge. But as a dual, that's going to hurt you a little bit because you can only move so many guys so far. You don't really want to stretch your studs, especially when you have them bumping up weight and trying to keep their lowest weight still available.
Getting some of those really good guys, good matches, kind of backfired on Coach account last year as Jensen Boyd was wrestling at the Ironman and had a season-ending injury. I talked to him after the season, talked to he and his father, and that was a pretty bad break. Blew up his elbow, had to have surgery, put it back together, and he was away from wrestling for like 7 months. I think they made him stop it, but he's one of those kids that bounced back, and he's a stud. He is going to get his wins, and I think usually when you have an injury like that, they put it back together, and it's stronger than it was when you were born with it.
Yeah, and I was talking to the coaches earlier, thinking, are they going to send guys back to the Ironman, Carnahan? And they said that Jensen Boyd will wrestle in both of those this year, so that means he's going to be out of at least two duels. Thought it might happen tonight, but he weighed in tonight, so he is going to wrestle for him. He'll have to sit out 2 times later in the season.
We're going to play a national anthem, so we're going to take this opportunity to play some commercials. Back with more wrestling here on WZBD's YouTube channel.
At Bolenbach & Associates, we believe in more than just numbers. We believe in community. As a proud partner of Adams County's local sports teams, we cheer loud and proud for our hometown heroes. Whether it's a touchdown or a takedown, we're here to support what makes this town special.
That's why we also encourage you to shop locally, support our businesses, and keep our community thriving.
As your trusted certified public accountants, we're here to help your business succeed and keep you on track.
Bolenbacher & Associates, where community and business go hand in hand.
The loss of a room in your home due to a storm, a flooded basement, or even worse, a house fire are all events that will change your life forever. And it can be even more of a nightmare if you choose the wrong contractor to repair and rebuild. That's where K&R Contractors in Decatur come in. The guys at K&R use the same software as the insurance agencies, and they're at the forefront of the industry in this area when it comes to storm damage restoration. Look them up at K&R Contractors and trust them to get your home or property back to the way it should be.
Soul Pig Barbecue on 2nd Street in Decatur, across from the courthouse, features traditional and not so traditional barbecue, brisket, smoked meats, pulled pork, wings, burgers, soul food, steaks, fish, seafood, and a full bar service. Bring the spouse and the young ones to Soul Pig and enjoy the family side or dine on the bar side. Large portions ensure no one will go home hungry after a Soul Pig meal. Follow Soul Pig on Facebook for the daily, weekend, and entertainment specials.
Selling land these days is no easy task, so you have to have a pro. Justin Griffin with Schrader Auctioneering and Realty of Fort Wayne specializes in farmland, estate sales, and homes in the Decatur and greater Fort Wayne area. With over 2,000 acres sold in the last 5 years, Justin's knowledge can help guide you with your sale. Give him a call or visit www.schraderfortwayne.com to find out more about how he can help you with your sale.
Welcome back to Delta High School, and Josh, that may throw a wrench in our gears when they turn the lights out on us like that. We'll have to just wait and see how much we can see of this match.
We were talking about the former athletic director here at Delta and how he's done a good job promoting their sporting events, but it looks like that baton has been passed, and they're doing a great job here. Gave pizza to all the fans in attendance, did a good job representing their seniors, and then they turn it into a WWE match. They turn the lights off, they turn up the music, and they get the spotlight out, which is kind of a neat, just showcasing of your guys.
As we make our way to the lineups here to see what's going on, I reach into my bag and pull out my trusty USB light here that sometimes works well for us.
I'll start us off at 106. It looks like South Adams is going to be forfeiting. They do have a 106. Just came out late, kind of recruited guy, so he doesn't have enough practices to wrestle yet. He'll go up against Carson Kay, that touted freshman that is ranked 7th in the state. Looks like Brock Sprunger's going to wrestle one of Delta studs, Cade Jackson at 113 pounds. Cade Jackson comes in ranked 4th in the state of Indiana. Then at 120, it looks like we'll have maybe the match of the night. Unranked Max Adams is going to be wrestling Reed Wicker. And Wicker was a placer last year, placed 5th at the state tournament. But talking to the South Adams fans, they've seen that match at Indiana Tech a fair amount of times, and they think they can keep it close and maybe throw an upset in that.
That's what you want to look for. It's one of those things that there have been some guys in the past years that, like your A.J. Dulls, that have the big, powerful headlock that I always called the great equalizer, because at any point in the match, if you have not been defeated by Tech Fall, that headlock can end a match real quick.
Yeah. And for those listening, this is South Adams' first match. Cowan got postponed due to the road conditions, so this is a tough one to take as your first match. You see guys get winded, just first match jitters of the year, and it's going to be against a tough team in Delta.
This Delta team comes in here. I believe that they dropped in their rankings. I think Dane took them to 5th due to their strength of their full lineups. As if you want to check out, Dane had a pretty good article on both about the Belmont Dwenger match tonight as well as this South Adams Delta match. As tune in always to WZBD.com for the latest and greatest in sporting events, along with other news and events that we happen. As that website has become a great product for WZBD over the past 2 years since we've launched that.
I will say it's neat as they're doing the face-off, seeing some of these guys that played for Coach Grant Mosier. They've only been out of football for 2 weeks, and here they are stepping on the mat. It just shows you how tough he is, how tough these guys are, and how he's coached them up just to do your best in the sport you're in and then transfer to the next one. As West Somerset jogs across the mat there. Looks like he'll be wrestling 190 for the Starfires.
And I did get a text from Coach Mosier this afternoon, said do a good job. He's going to be listening. He wants to see how these football players of his have made their way back to the wrestling mat. And one of those guys that we called his name a lot along with Somerset is Nathan Plattner, who's in at 165, listed at 165 tonight. He's one of those guys that on the defensive side of the ball was on 80% of the tackles for the Starfires.
Yeah, another guy that maybe didn't get his credit when it comes to football. Got in there on some plays, but is going to be a huge addition for the Starfires. It's going to be freshman Cooper Offolder. He comes in at 215 pounds. Might have a heavyweight next year, which South Adams struggled getting it. But this kid's very athletic. I saw him wrestle in middle school. I believe he went undefeated in middle school season, winning a handful of tournaments. I think he's pretty talented. He's going to have a neat showcasing here. And like Dane said, it could come down to one of those two guys. A Nick Brewster, a Cooper Offolder. They could win this duel for South Adams.
With that in mind, we're getting ready for our first match here. Why don't you take this first one here between Nick Brewster and who do you think he's wrestling here against?
I think he is going to be wrestling Drayton Swain, who is a senior for Delta. Swain in there on a shot. Brewster does a good job of sprawling and get that off. Brewster last year wrestled for the Starfires. He had a 4-11 record, which you might not think sounds amazing, but he also wrestled up at 190 pounds. Being a 165-pound guy, giving up a lot of weight, he stepped in for the Starfires and filled a spot that they needed at 190 pounds. So he gets to go down this year and wrestle his natural weight, which is 175 pounds. And he looks like he's doing a good job. He's in there on a single leg. Looks to get a trip as they're on the out-of-bounds line. Coach Sawyer Miller tells him to switch off to a double, and he does a good job, and he gets the opening takedown 59 seconds into this. And in that article you were talking about, Dane, he pointed at a guy like Nick Brewster. If you can, win one of these matches where it's maybe a 50-50 or maybe you're even a little bit of the underdog, you win that, that could be huge down the team race. when you got guys like Dakota, West Somerset that are going to get pins for you later. So about 30 seconds left in this first period. Brewster's on the ride. Looks like he's got a tight waist and underhook. His opponent sits out there for a second. Brewster does a good job following. 15 seconds left as his opponent stands up. Brewster doing a good job of keeping him there. Drops down to a single. His opponent's going to have to break that to get the escape point. Brewster follows it to a double, finishes up around the waist, and doesn't give up an escape as the time's going to run out. That's huge. Brewster takes the lead 3-0 into the second period. Looks like it's going to be Delta's choice, and he chooses neutral. So we'll start the first 2 periods of this match on our feet. Brewster circling around here. His opponent takes a shot on a head inside single on both knees now. Barry Humble yelling for his wrestler to get his feet back, and he forfeits the takedown. So the score is going to be 3-3. As he's looking to defend off a tight bundle. His opponent's got both arms locked up. Looking to switch over to a power half here. And if you listen to the coaches, you know, they're yelling basic moves. As you know, Brewster doesn't have a whole lot of wrestling experience under his belt. You know, only getting 15 matches. You know, they're telling him, hey, let's just get a stand up. Just stand up. There's a minute left here in this second period. His opponent looks to have both legs in and taking Brewster over in what looks to be a power half. He's going to forfeit at least a couple back points here. As the clock says 40 seconds left. He's got a long time to fight. And there's the fall. Delta will take the lead 6-0 going into the 190-pound weight class.
3 minutes, 20 seconds is the fall time on that. And let's play a commercial here and back with more wrestling right after this on WZBD's YouTube channel.
DeVos Johnson's Wick Baker in Ainsworth is now DeVos Baker Ainsworth and Razzo. While the name is different, our dedication to serving Adams County and surrounding areas remains the same as when L.C. DeVos began his practice nearly 150 years ago. Our name celebrates the future of our office while honoring the legacy and dedication to clients displayed by our founding member and the 3 generations of DeVos attorneys that followed him. Call Tim Baker, Scott Ainsworth, Luke Ainsworth, or Ann Razzo to experience the same dedicated and knowledgeable service in meeting your legal needs.
Welcome back to WZBD's YouTube channel. As West Somerset now in a match, and he is wrestling against Lincoln Mann. And one good thing, Josh, is that as we're playing commercials with video, the fans don't miss any action. They can still see it. But Somerset with a quick takedown and escape. 3-1's the score as he's in a nice shot. Hits a little fireman's carry, little lateral drop, tilt, and he runs his man over, gets another takedown. Going to go up 6-1 on the score here. Run a double wrist ride. Trying to work his way up to a half Nelson. Put some pressure on young Mr. Mann at 190 pounds. Is Cooper Affle. What's Cooper's last name?
Affolter.
Affolter. Abbreviate the end of it. Affolter's too long to fit in my square here. Cooper Affolter will be up next here. A little near fall being earned by Wes. Has his opponent close to a fall here. Still in the first period with 50 seconds left to go, and young Mr. Mann rolls out of it. He's going to get a 4 near fall out of that. He's going to go up 10-1. Quickly takes that double wrist roll. Looks up the clock. There's a crossface here. Comes off of that, works back to a half Nelson. There's a nice far wrist and a half, drives his man over. He's going to get 4 near fall. If he doesn't get to fall, he's got 24 seconds left to go. As he's pressuring his way back, leans back. Official in good position to see that fall with 17 seconds left to go, and there it is. Minute 45 seconds is our fall time, and that ties the score up 6-6 as we make our way for another commercial and back with more wrestling here on WZBD's YouTube channel.
No matter your age, health and life insurance can be confusing and overwhelming. This is Derek Bailey with Bixler Insurance. Whether you are currently on Medicare or will soon be qualifying for Medicare, we have the products and expertise to meet your needs. Under age 65 and looking for health coverage? Interested in protecting your family from an unexpected loss with a life insurance policy? We can discuss options to assure your peace of mind. Call Bixler Insurance today to schedule your free appointment.
Cooper's doing a good job of pummeling inside. Looks like he's getting a little bit of some leg taps in, but not full commitment. Soares advocating for his wrestler to get some angles. You know, I get an angle and the leg comes a lot closer. Second period looks like Blake Loser is going to choose down. Cooper covers. Wilson goes off, and Cooper does a good job of getting his weight and momentum forward. His opponent still in a base. Cooper doing a good job of staying behind the arms, but he needs to return. They go out of bounds. Only 15 seconds comes off the clock. Yeah, I don't know when I had facial hair, but these freshmen having facial hair, you know, that's just a different breed. We get a locked hands call there right off the whistle. His opponent is allowed to continue the move that he started. Looks after he stopped his stand-up.
Josh, when I moved into college, I was still 17 years old. I turned 18 the first week of college. I took one Bic razor with me my freshman year. When I moved out after my sophomore year, I had that same one Bic razor, and I don't know if I ever took the cover off of it. So that is my facial hair story.
Looks like we're going to get another locked hands off the start. That's going to be 2 locked hands. So now the score is tied.
I think you just cut him, give him another point, and take him down again.
Yeah, I think that's it. And, you know, it could be first match. They're both freshmen. It could be first match jitters. And, you know, some of these guys for both teams play football, and maybe they don't wrestle a full off-season schedule like some of the other guys do for both these teams. So it's kind of getting back into it. Sometimes you don't address that stuff in the room, and then you kind of hate yourself for not addressing it. But looks like Cooper's going to get a second takedown. He's up 6-4.
Nice go behind there. Now, this is one of the things, Josh, as a good-looking freshman like this, maybe he will start wrestling more in the summertime, and that will build him up. I think he has a good potential to become a good wrestler.
Yeah, good wrestler, and you know what? When you become a good wrestler and you play football, it's also going to help you on the field. They go hand in hand, so hopefully he has success this year in wrestling and then understands that they both go hand in hand. He's going to get a third takedown of this match. Coaches are asking for him to let his opponent up so he doesn't get a third locked hands. Score is 9-5 in favor of Cooper Auffolder. now lets his opponent away, and it is 9-6, still in favor of Allfolder.
His opponent tried a couple of sloppy headlocks, and he just shrugged the arm off and went and go behind. Good awareness on his feet for a freshman.
Yeah.
Currently our team score is 6-6. Nice ankle pick attempted by the opponent here. Mr. Losser.
There's 10 seconds left on the clock. Cooper's doing a good job of fighting it off, but it looks like he's going to surrender it.
Coach LeCount wanted it. He was able to hang on. Gives up nothing.
We always, every time we watch a Delta or go to Delta, we run a poll on how many times Cody LeCount will go to the table. But he won Coach of the Year, I believe, in 2A last year. I believe Dan gave him that award. So, you know, he's got some knowledge, and he's also got the wrestling experience to back it up.
He's been around the block. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. So when he goes to the table as a ref, you're like, uh-oh, I might have made a bad call. Start the third period. Allfolder is going to go down. Looks like we're going to get a caution against Delta. Not set right. Looked like his hand was maybe too much of a tight waist. And that'll be his first caution for Losser. A little bit of a big man's roll.
I don't know if you could call. I don't know what that was, Josh.
Maybe
he went the wrong direction.
Like a Granby roll that came out between the legs. And Allfolder's going to get a reversal out of that. Looks like he's trying to run a half in a close leg, just trying to flip his opponent's hips over. Looks like we're going to get a third locked hands. And that's going to be huge there because the score is.
It's a two-pointer.
Yeah, it's 11-8 with the locked hands. He gets escape. Now it's 11-9. Allfolder's done majority of the offense, but he surrendered 4 points just off of locked hands. So he gets another takedown. He keeps a good job getting his attack. They're going to go out of bounds. Score is 14-9.
He's wrestling with his hands apart like this, so he can't possibly lock them. Minute 7 left to go. Can he avoid getting another locked hands here?
And as a coach, you know, you're smiling, but you're cringing at the same time because your wrestler's done everything you wanted to. He got off bottom. He's got multiple takedowns. But the only problem is he's locked his hands several times and made this a closer match. Looks like Losser's going to get in on a shot. They're doing a good job of sprawling. There's 58 seconds left in this third period. Allfolder's going to get the takedown, and he's going to cut him. Score is now 17-11 in favor of Allfolder.
He would have had him tech fall by now, Josh.
Yeah.
Just got a text. Our good buddy, the judge, is tuned in watching YouTube from Colorado.
Looks like Losser's going to get a takedown with 30 seconds left. It's now 14-8, still in favor of Allfolder from South Adams. Losser on a shot again. Allfolder does a good job of throwing that by. They're on their feet with 20 seconds left. Allfolder defending a head inside single. Doing a good job of keeping his hips back. Looks like he's going to get around, but he does not finish on the mat. No takedowns awarded.
I almost want him not to get the takedown so he can't lock his hands.
Yeah, you just tell him there's no stall calls. Just stay in a good position. There's 8.1 seconds on the clock. Allfolder does back up. It looks like they're going to go out of bounds. He does get hit for the stalling first time. Headlock attempt not got by Delta. Allfolder's going to win this by a score of 18-14, and South Adams takes the lead 9-6.
With another commercial back right after this.
Mercury is hazardous to the environment. And because mercury is used in fluorescent bulbs, CFLs, and other consumer items, you need to know how to handle these products and properly dispose of them. There are many informative websites with details, or you can call the Adams County Solid Waste Management District, or visit www.recycle.in.gov. Help keep mercury from our water and environment. Know what to do and always dispose of products that contain mercury properly. And keep your water clean.
Welcome back to Delta High School as the Delta Heavyweight takes a forfeit. And that makes the score 12-9. And as South Adams is going to forfeit once again, that will give a forfeit to Delta. And another 12 points, another 6 points to them, makes the score 18-9. And our next match will be Brock Sprunger versus Nolan Craig at 113 pounds as they make their way to the mat here. So
looks like actually this is going to be Cade Jackson.
So Jackson is up here. So Cade Jackson wrestling against Brock Sprunger, and we're underway here.
Yeah, with not getting
Quick takedown here.
Talk to the coaches. We had to talk to the announcer who's got his kind of hand in the coach's pocket and got us a lineup. I think the Nolan Craig might be a 120 that they bump into the lineup. Maybe they make a move to try to make sure they secure this team victory for Delta.
Jackson is a ranked wrestler as he quickly gets the takedown. He has a 3-0 lead, throws the boots in, runs a crossface. Trying to run Brock Sprunger over for some near fall points here. Jackson was a state place winner last year, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that they either took 4th or 5th, right?
Yep, he placed 5th. Jensen Boyd 2 years ago placed 4th, and then Sam Moser placed 4th. Reed Wicker placed 5th, so 2 5ths and 2 4ths.
So there's an escape given up by Jackson as they're now on their feet. There's a shot by Sprunger, countered by Jackson, trying to make his way around behind. There's a 3-point takedown given up. Makes the score 6-1 now with Cade Jackson in the lead.
And South Adams looks, to be aggressive in the matches that they've wrestled so far. Brock Sprunger not shying away from Cade Jackson. Tries to attack the legs. The only problem is he shoots a crossbody single and goes by the closer leg. Just some mistakes, but you can't fault him for wanting to try to score.
Right now, with about 4 seconds left to go, they're going to go into the second period. Cade Jackson with a 6-1 lead here. We're at 113 pounds. Choice goes to Sprunger, and he takes the down position. Jackson says nope, put him back up, gives him 1-point escape. Put him up their feet. 6-2 is the score as we start the second period. On our feet. Jackson gets on his horse. Comes into a collar tie. Oh, nice cross ankle. Gets a takedown. Scores a takedown, makes the score 9-2.
And I don't know about you, but Brock Sprunger wrestled 106 last year. He looks pretty big for 113 pounds.
He does.
I mean, he looks tall, but he looks like he's filled out the weight pretty well.
Cade Jackson with another takedown. Cuts him loose. 12-5 is the score. 12-4. Now Jackson's in another shot. He's going to get 3, and he's going to take Sprunger to his back. Referee says he flip-flopped, and he's getting some count here. He's got 3 out of it here. 3-point near fall is going to make the score 18-4. Going to cut him loose, make it 18-5. 21-5 would do it for a tech fall as Sprunger's in on a shot, and there it is. Final score of this match, 21-5. Back with another match right after this on WZBD.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your independent local choice for physical therapy. There's no referral needed to come see us, and we accept all insurance. With direct access, you can just walk in and request an appointment at any of our 18 convenient locations. Our team of expert therapists are here to help you recover and get you back to doing what you love. Visit us online at indianapt.com to request your appointment.
Indiana Physical Therapy, where people go to get better.
Welcome back to Delta High School, and here we're in the next match.
Looks like we're going to have, for South Adams, Max Adam at 120 pounds, and he's going to be wrestling Reed Wicker from Delta. Wicker placed 5th at 106 pounds last year, so he's up 2 weight classes. Adams wrestled 113 pounds and was a regional qualifier, but like I said in the early broadcast, this is a match that gets wrestled a bunch in the offseason. Both of these guys train up in Fort Wayne, and talking to the coaches, they said this is a winnable match. Could be a huge match for Adams. They said, in the wrestling room, it's been close as a couple points, and so they feel like if they could focus on Max wrestling his best, they might be able to squeak a win here.
Nice scramble situation there as Adams avoided getting takedown.
Yeah, Adams in a little bit of a fireman's dump position. Wicker doing a good job of holding that far ankle of Adams as he's trying to get around. It looks like they're going to go out of bounds here. There's a minute left on the clock. Wicker's got a bundle. He's got that closest ankle to him. Adams doing a good job of holding on to that single leg, but his head is outside.
Totally an accident, Josh, but I was able to get the scoreboard into the view too. So the fans, if you squint real hard, you can see that scoreboard up there.
Looks like we're going to get a stalemate call there by the referee. There's 40 seconds left on the clock. So far, a good period for Max Adams. Several shot attempts for him, just no points scored as Adams shoots a nice double leg, transitions into a single leg. Wicker does a good job of kind of hitting an ankle pick, and they're now in a scramble position with Wicker having the whizzer on Adams' right side. The stalemate again as there's 19 seconds left.
Josh, we did a little adjustment of the camera here, and then we zoomed in on the scoreboard a little bit so the fans can see the score. So, nice lateral drop situation right there. Would have been. We both saw it, didn't we?
Later in the season, you kind of feel that pressure and you throw that one.
If there had been 10 seconds left to go into mats, that's when you throw that one.
Yeah. So the first period's going to end. Score is 0-0.
That's a win. To me, that's a win for Adams.
Yeah. And you would probably say Wickard's the heavy favorite, being a placer at the state tournament. When you look at it on paper, Adams only finished his season at regional. Had a tough opponent from, I believe, Winchester, and so Adams looking to improve on that this season. He looks to be off to a good start. Looks like there's a caution there on Adams, maybe lining up.
The key is that you said these two wrestle up at Warrior training facility during the summer, so that's improvement right there. And speaking of that, Coach Wade McClure will be our guest on the High School Wrestling Weekly this coming Sunday night.
Looks like there's going to be a reversal call. Not sure if the ref is 100% sold on it. He awarded it.
That's all that matters.
And it looks like there is going to be a reversal. Wicker leads this one 2-0. Looks like we're going to get a little bit of a blood time situation here. Someone maybe got a scratch or a bloody nose.
And you know what they say, when they bleed, we read. So here's another advertisement for us.
Does your heating system need a good end-of-the-season tune-up from Masters Heating and Cooling? Now is the time to tune up your heating and cooling system. At Masters, we have technicians that can service most makes and models of furnaces and heat pumps at low-cost seasonal special pricing. Contact Masters Heating and Cooling at 1045 South 11th Street in Decatur. On the web at mastersheatcool.com to schedule your preventative maintenance checkup now.
Welcome back to Delta High School. It looks like Max Adams has a scuff on his elbow, and they're trying to put a Band-Aid on and wrap some tape around there as the Delta training staff does a good job of wrapping that up for Adams. 2-0 is a pretty close score here with a minute 26 left to go in the second period.
Yeah, watching just the coaches interact. Sawyer came over, talked to Adams, just gave him some quick adjustments. But watching Cody, you have a guy that plays 5th at the state tournament, and Cody's really having to coach him up here. Things to watch for, things to improve on. Normally you don't have to do that against a regional qualifier. So Adams showing that, he's a tough and stingy opponent.
I think one of the problems is that Adams is really tall for a 13-pounder. I think that length has given Wicker some fits here.
Yeah. Wicker is now on the ride there. Got a little bit of a tight waist, looks to come out front. Locks up a cradle. He's going to get hip to hip, and he's going to take Adams over, and he's going to get some near fall here. And he's going to get the fall there. He's going to get that in 3 minutes and a half second. The team score is now going to be 29-9. Delta's starting to pull away right where they're strong at.
Let's get another commercial and be back with more after this.
This is Dr. Matt Baker from Decatur Dental Services. Imagine a dental experience you look forward to. At our family-friendly clinic, we provide a relaxing environment for adults and children by utilizing the latest technology to ensure your visit is stress-free. We use digital x-rays and intraoral cameras to provide the most accurate diagnosis and treatment plan for each patient. Settle into our comfortable surroundings and relax while we attend to your dental needs. Call any of our offices to schedule your visit.
Welcome back as Dakota Sprunger takes the mat. And did you hear who he is wrestling here?
I did not. I can pull up what I have projected. It looks like it is going to be Nolan Craig for Delta.
And Dakota Sprunger gets a takedown as he leads this thing 3-0. Right in top position, trying to double up the wrists. Breaks his opponent down with a near arm breakdown. Runs a little bit of a spiral ride as Craig tries to pop his hips out and come up to a sit out. And, Adams wrestled Wicker pretty close there, and until he got caught in that cradle, I thought, if South Adams could have gave up just a 3 there, a straight decision, I mean, that'd been some. They could have made some ground on him there.
Yeah, and that might have been something Cody, saw, and that's why he's really coaching up his wrestler and Wicker and saying, hey, looked like he kind of forced that cradle. He really just took the head to the knee there, and it paid off for him.
Sprunger has his opponent Craig up in a tilt situation. Has not gained any near fall yet. He's on the edge of the mat. He's going to have to readjust. If he brings it back, and he does, brings it back inbounds, a little bit tighter this time. Referee's getting some count. He's going to come up with a 4-bagger here. So 4 points won't be scored until he comes out of the same near fall situation. 29-9 is the team score. Delta starting to pull away, but once they get out of this, out of the hammers here, that's where South Adams going to have to make some hay. As Sprunger runs a chicken wing on the left side. Tries to bar up a half Nelson on the other side. And there's the time's going to run out. That's going to take it to a 7-0 score as Sprunger takes the lead. Choice goes to Sprunger. He says neutral, we'll be on our feet. He had no trouble taking Nolan Craig down at the start of the match with a quick takedown. Matter of fact, we went back from commercial break. Sprunger tries a double leg there. Doesn't pull those knees in. A little snap down, go behind. Thigh pry on the inside as Craig hangs onto the leg there, trying to prevent Sprunger from going around. Doing a good job on the edge of the mat. He's going to get out of bounds and not give up anything. As they go back to the center of the mat. Minute 37 left to go here in this second period. On our feet, neutral. 7-0 is the score. Sprunger out in front. Daniel Rupp of the Starfires will be up next. And who do you project him to be wrestling? I'll get that written in here.
I believe he's going to wrestle Jensen Boyd. Like we said, the touted wrestler for Delta, who missed the state tournament last year due to injury, but the year before as a freshman placed 4th. So Rupp's going to have his hands full. Rupp missed last year, decided to sit out last year, but did wrestle for the Starfires 2 years ago.
Sprunger tries a snap down, and Nolan Craig was in on a single leg. Sprunger's trying to work his way around, hook the ankle on the back side. Works his way around, and he does get the takedown. So he's going to take a 10-0 lead now. 52 seconds left to go in this second period. Craig doing a good job of keeping his far shoulder down. Sprunger has to jump from side to side to change off. Change that half Nelson around. 37 seconds left to go here. Dakota Sprunger come off a great cross-country season this year. Took a trip down to the state finals in cross-country. And that's a good combination. Those guys are cross-country runners and wrestlers. They come in this season pretty well in shape.
Yeah, he looks to be in good shape. I was talking to the coaches earlier today. just kind of a hard cut for him. So we're not sure how much we'll see him at 126. Sounds like that's the goal towards the postseason, but he wanted to make scratch weight today. And so Dakota's wrestling 126 pounds. Does look to be fairly thin, but yet big at 126 pounds.
Picked up 4 points near fall. It goes up 14-0. And if I had my choice to wrestle 26 or go 32 and wrestle Jensen Boyd, I would wrestle Nolan Craig at 126 instead myself. He's going to pick up 3 near fall, and that's going to do it. With that, it's going to be a tech fall for Boyd. I'm sorry, tech fall for Dakota Springer. Gives them 5 points, going to make the score 29-14. Back with more wrestling after this.
Krukeberg Auction and Realty has been your trusted partner in the auction process. Buying or selling, they make the steps straightforward and easy, guiding with expertise and commitment. The family-owned local business, not just auctioneers, your neighbors supporting local athletics. Feel confident you're in the right hands. Call Krukeberg Auction and Realty today. Experience the difference with family you can trust.
Welcome back to Delta High School as they had some blood on a mat that the trainer comes out and takes care of for us.
Looks like we're going to get Jensen Boyd, and he's going to wrestle the junior Daniel Rupp. Daniel Rupp listed at 126 pounds. Looks to be wrestling up 132 pounds. Like we said earlier, no Will Patterson, still a little dinged up from football season, but they're glad he's out, and he's wanting to wrestle, just needs to let his body heal. Boyd gets 2 quick takedowns. In between those 2 quick takedowns, Daniel Rupp goes for an arm throw, and Boyd's not fazed by that. Scores 6-2 now. Rupp takes a shot attempt there.
Boyd is cat-like quick, isn't he?
Boyd stuffed that and spun around all in one move. The score's down 9-2. Boyd's looking to get a ball and chain here, maybe, and he lifts up Rupp and throws him out of bounds with.
Spun him through so hard he threw him clear out of bounds.
And you could tell a guy's good because he wasn't really holding on to much. And when you can maneuver another guy like that, that easily with not really anything other than a wrist, he knows what he's doing. Score's now 9-3. There's a minute left. Boyd's doing a good job of stalking his opponent. Rupp showing good fight. He goes for a little bit of a headlock attempt. Boyd comes in with the inside trip, takes Rupp to his back. He's got the takedown. He's already got 4 back points. That's waiting to be awarded. He's going to get the fall here. There's 35 seconds left. Boyd comes around front. He's got the head and arm. North-south position. He's going to get the fall. That fall comes in 1 minute and 29 seconds. That's going to take the team score 41-14 in favor of Delta.
Back after this on WZBD.
At Three Rivers Federal Credit Union, we're focused on empowering you to achieve financial wellness by offering the resources and support you need every step of the way. We're equally committed to bettering lives in our region through volunteerism, community funding and partnerships, college scholarships, and more. We give back to the people, places, and ideas that matter most to you. Learn more at threeriversfcu.org. Three Rivers is federally insured by the NCUA.
Welcome back to Delta High School, and after that fall by the Eagles, that's going to make the score 35-14, and now it brings up Sam Mosier wrestling against Braxton Huff. As Huff was in on a shot on a single leg, and Mosier's got him locked up in a side cradle. Huff's still hanging on to that leg. No points have been awarded at this point yet.
Yeah, and we're excited to see Braxton Huff wrestle this year. We said earlier he wrestled up at 150 pounds last year, not weighing that weight. So he's getting the chance to wrestle his natural weight. He was a regional qualifier last year, upsetting the seed that he was. I think he was a 6th seed at sectional. Made it to regional, wrestled a tough match at regional. I think only losing by decision. He's looking to come out the back door for the reversal. Scores 5-0.
These guys wrestle in that waterfall position so well, Josh. It's like they just have just total confidence being almost on their back. Now, looks like Huff coming out the back door on him here and might get a reversal. He does.
That's going to bring the score 5-2. Huff's now on the ride. A little bit of a Granby attempt there, but needs to clear the legs first. Huff drops down to the single. There's 22 seconds left on the clock. We're going to get a potentially dangerous call.
Good call there.
Yeah, and the South Adams wrestlers aren't scared of
No, they're going
Sam
right after
Mosher
him.
because, you know, even dating back to last year, I believe outside of the state finals, Will Patterson was the only guy to take down Sam Mosher. You know, Braxton Huff might be one of the few guys to get a reversal on Sam Mosher this year. The first period's going to end, and it's going to be 5-2 in favor of Sam Mosher. It's going to be Huff's choice. He's going to defer, and Mosher chooses neutral to start the second.
We're at 138 pounds. We have 44, 50, 57, and 65 to go, with forfeit possibly at 157 for the Starfires. I think they're running out of points available here, Josh.
Yeah, I would probably say, you know, the match is out of reach now, but you know, that doesn't stop you from getting quality mat time. You know, Huff showing that right here. He had a good football season. I believe he had a punt return for a touchdown for Grant Mosher's team. Huff comes in last year. He had just over a 500 record. So to be in a match with a guy that placed at the state tournament here is a good feat. The score is now 8-2. There's a minute left in the second period.
Ooh. A half Granby.
A little bit, not the right time to do it. Huff tries to hip over, and Mosher shows why he's good. He just feels that. Now he's going to a bundle.
I don't think Huff was all in on that, Granby. Gonna pick up four-bagger here.
Huff doing a good job of fighting it off, but he is going to fall to Sam Mosher. That pin comes in 3 minutes, 24 seconds. Team score is now 41-14.
Join the team at Smith Brothers of Bern. They pride themselves on providing their employees with a family atmosphere. Smith Brothers is currently hiring with a Monday through Friday work week in an air-conditioned environment. Employees are not required to wear uniforms and can listen to music while they work. Starting wages are $17.50 to $21 an hour at the end of their first year, with a yearly bonus incentive and a competitive benefit package. Apply online at smithbrothersfurniture.com or in person at Smith Brothers, 356 Monroe Street in Bern.
Welcome back to Delta High School. And is this Gabe Steiner?
Gabe Steiner.
Did you hear who he is wrestling? Is this Gus Witter?
Gus Witter.
We're underway. Steiner and Witter at 144 pounds. A nice little fireman's carry hit by Steiner. Going to get the opening takedown. He leads this thing 4-0. 3-0, I'm sorry. I'm just waiting for him to give him 4 points for takedowns, the way they're changing things around here, Josh.
I was talking to Gabe's dad at church on Sunday, and was kind of encouraging Gabe, and he said, look, I already had a conversation with him. He's going to see some studs this year. It's going to be a big task for a freshman, but he said he's excited for it. And so that's kind of neat to see Gabe start his high school career with the opening takedown.
Cuts him loose, tries to fight off and take down here. They're out of bounds. I wish I could take myself off the text string. The judge texting a million times here. I'm going to wear my watch battery out, buzzing for me here. He's up to 16 texts here. That match, has Dane given you an update on the score there yet,
He
Josh?
hasn't.
Well, you can fire him off the score for us here as Steiner's in on a single leg here. Has that picked up. I'd like to say he tried to leg sweep him, but I think he just basically kicked him in the calf. Twist on the knee, and the official's going to call a Potentially dangerous on that. .45 seconds left to go in period number 1. Both wrestlers on their feet. 3-1's the score between Steiner and Gus Witter. Witter has Steiner pushed to the edge of the mat. Josh, I'm not used to video, so I call every move as we need to, and I'm just going to ignore that the camera's up and running and let the fans see what they see. And Witter has pushed the action here. I think Steiner needs to get busy here. He's going to pull a stalling call here. Nice shot by Steiner in. Does a little spin through. Try to finish this single leg with his head on the outside here. Witter's trying to reach over the top and get a gut wrench. Steiner's trying to hop over him. Now Steiner reaches up. There's a Barry Humble reverse cradle. And Steiner's going to get around behind. He does not get the takedown as Witter does a good job of holding him off. 3-1's our score. Choice goes to Witter, and Witter said, I'm going to take the down position here. 3-1's our score after 2 minutes.
Did just get a text update from my brother and Dane at the same time. They both said 30-6. Belmont is ahead right now.
I take it your brother's on the call for the BW tonight?
No, he said he's on the couch at home.
Oh,
so,
okay. That's a great place to be.
Yeah, no better place to be watching some
I
wrestling.
bet he's got 2 computers going right now.
Well, he might. Maybe a little split screen action on the TV.
I don't think I have a smart TV smart enough to have a split screen. As Steiner trying to avoid giving up a reversal here, but Witter down on the mat. Steiner does a good job of getting behind. Witter stands up. Steiner needs to make an effort to take him down, and he decides to cut him loose. So 3-2's our score now. Both wrestlers on their feet. We're 144 pounds. 41-14, and there's a stalling warning as Steiner gets pushed out of bounds. Looks like Steiner's conditioning here may come into play. There's a nice shot, single leg, head on the inside. Changes off to a double. Trying to sit through here, stands up with it. Trying to go a little bars ago, and he might get caught in a spladle here, and he does. He comes up on top, and Witter's trying to not go to his back here. Steiner's going to get a 3 takedown and go up 6-3 on him here. And Steiner's trying to stay in bounds, and I think Steiner is his tank is not on empty. I think he's on about quarter tank, right?
Quarter tank.
Right where your wife leaves the gas every time in her car and you go to drive it, right?
Yep. It is interesting, though. You see Witter a couple of times. He comes into this match. He's a junior. Just kind of mat savviness. He knows when Gabe's got his back to the out of bounds. If I shoot or if I push you out of bounds, I'm probably going to get a stall call. Gabe kind of just wrestling like a freshman. He's wrestling aggressive, but he's made two mistakes and picked up some stall calls there.
Witter nearly reversed Steiner on the edge, but Steiner is able to gain control. Comes back to center in the top position. Witter tries to stand up. Steiner trying to break him back down the mat. Got a little sloppy there. Witter's going to catch him a headlock, and Steiner rolls through. He's got a lace ride hooked up. Oh, there's a locked hands, and he's not going to get the points here. Time expires, and he's going to give a technical violation for locking hands. That's going to make the score 6-4 as the second period comes to an end. And the choice goes to red. That is the Starfires. And this young man with a cowboy hat here, I think Barry Humble would be proud of that cowboy hat. Young man in a vest and a cowboy hat. They start this third period on their feet neutral. Steiner with a 6-4 lead now. Steiner has slowed down the pace a little bit, little arm drag to a knee pull as Witter trying to control him, and Steiner takes him to his back and catches him. He's going to get a 7 here. As he catches Witter on his back, he's going to pick up a 3 takedown and a 4 near fall. He's going to jump out with those 7 points and a 16-4 lead here. With about 1:25 left to go, the Starfires need a fall here. And Steiner needs to get his weight back. Got his hips up on his shoulder, needs to put his chest on his shoulder. As Loshi up there trying to coach him through this fall. Pretty close on that far side. There's the fall. So with 1:05 left to go, it's a fall. That's going to make the score 41. 41-20 is what they should be. With that, let's play a commercial and back with more wrestling here on WZBD.
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance.
See Toby, Mark, Kyle, or Barb at Graber Insurance with offices on Highway 27 North in Bern and 623 West Monroe Street in Decatur.
Welcome back to Delta High School as South Adams forfeits at 150 pounds, and that most likely means they're going to bump Wyatt Mann up to 157. So they take the opportunity here. They don't have a scoreboard correct. It is 47. Is that right?
47-20.
47-20. Yeah.
And the Delta fans are not happy about that forfeit at 150 pounds. I don't think South Adams had an option. You know, if you want to wrestle, normally they'd have a 157-pounder. That guy's out sick today. So you got to fill one of those two weight classes. Do you wrestle the guy that placed fourth last year, or do you wrestle someone else for your first match? South Adams choosing to say, I'll take the other guy rather than the guy that placed at the state tournament. So Wyatt Mann's going to wrestle here up a weight class from what he weighed in at 157 pounds. Looks like he's going to take on, looks like Cole Porter, the sophomore for Delta. Mann gets the opening takedown. The first 45 seconds. Got a little bit of a cross wrist ride and takes his opponent out of bounds.
So 47-20, this one is out of reach for the Starfires.
The crazy thing is you can go back to a couple matches, you know. 175, Nick Brewster got the opening takedown and ended up getting reversed to his back. He looked pretty solid, but when you get the opening takedown, you gotta finish that match all the way through. You know, that could be a 6-point swing for South Adams, as well as picking up some bonus points in other matches. Dakota Sprunger left one on the table. Wyatt Mann's going to get the fall there. And a minute and 25 seconds at 157 pounds.
Hey, do you know when and where we can recycle in Adams County?
Well, I know you can recycle from 8 to 4 weekdays and Saturday 8 to noon at the transfer station next to Golden Meadows.
Okay, where else?
In Decatur, behind D&D Marathon on the east side of town on Thursdays, Mondays at Simon Manufacturing 27 South in Bern, and in Monroe on the third Tuesday at the fairgrounds. Plus, you can always get the latest info at adamscountyswmd.com.
Thanks.
Welcome back to Delta High School as South Adams puts their final wrestler to the mat. It is Nathan Plattner. Plattner is wrestling against who, Josh?
Plattner at 165 pounds. He is going to be wrestling Drayton Swain. Drayton Swain is one of the seniors that was recognized tonight.
Right now the current score is 26-47. Delta has won this dual meet as South Adams just too many forfeits in lineups, but they did have some quality matches here. Plattner with a little fake shot there, a little throw by attempted by Swain. Plattner steps behind a single leg here, try to drop his opponent back to the mat. Swain did a good job fighting it off with that whizzer, trying to gain some leverage on the edge of the mat, and out of bounds they're going to go. Plattner tries to power his way back in. They're on their feet on the edge of the mat and have not been called out of bounds yet.
Plattner was a semi-state qualifier last year for the Starfires at this exact weight, and so he looked to at least make a trip back to the semi-state, if not the state finals, and improve that this year.
45 seconds left to go, and a little bad shot taken there by Swain, countered by a good shot from Plattner. A little spin out of it as Swain did not give up the takedown. Plattner trying to pick up the single leg here. Swain trying to fight his way out of it. Who took the forfeit at 150 for Delta? Did you see that, Josh?
That was actually Sam Mosier. We had him at 138 pounds. Looks like Plattner's going to get the opening takedown as 15 seconds left. Sam Mosier must have weighed in at least 144 pounds and maybe showed at 150.
So Braxton Huff did not wrestle Sam Mosier.
Looks like we're going to get a locked hands there.
So who got the fall for Delta then against Braxton Huff? That's your guess, right?
Yeah. The only one it could have been would have been Braden Swain. They had him at 132 pounds. That would have been another senior that they could have gotten the lineup. Like I said, it makes it hard when the coaches don't come to the mat other than 5 seconds before.
Well, we're going to pencil Braden Swain in there, the senior, gets the fall and the win for the Eagles tonight. So we make our way to the second period as Drayton Swain trails 3-1 to Plattner, and he takes the down position. He's going to get an escape. So he is drawn closer. That is a 3-2 score now, and Swain reaches in, and Plattner just powers him right to his back. He's got the double boots in, working on a fall here. So Plattner's going to get a 7 out of this one. He's going to go up 13-2 if he doesn't get the fall. Got to be careful as Swain is trying to roll him through, and Plattner's doing a good job of putting the boots in. Little Saturday night special. Plattner trying to put some pressure back on Swain. Final match at night here at 65 pounds, and Plattner's going to get rolled through, and he better give this up, and he does. He's going to pick up the 3 near fall. He gets a, 4 near fall. He gets a 3 takedown and a 4 near fall. He's up 10-4 now. Plattner in a down position with 53 seconds left to go here.
You might have to text Mosier back and tell him maybe next year a little bit more conditioning. So when they get to wrestling season, they're somewhat.
Those football coaches don't do any conditioning late in the season. They think the hay's in the barn. They don't have to. As Drayton Swain is able to trip through on Plattner and has him down to the mat with 24 seconds left to go. Plattner with a 6-point lead right now, 10-4 as he makes his way back to his feet and he gets the escape as he's up neutral now. 16 seconds left to go.
But in all seriousness, I mean, you have to tip your cap to him. He just got done with football. This is a guy that plays both sides of the ball. You make a long postseason run and then turn around and you got to be in wrestling shape down to your weight that you're supposed to wrestle at. That's a huge ask. And so to step on the mat tonight, Nathan Plattner, that's big.
Takes a nice shot, doesn't get the takedown. Choice goes to the Starfires, and Nathan Wynn says, take neutral. So they're going to be on their feet. And Plattner says, I could have rested down there a little bit. And Nathan says, no, we're going to wrestle on our feet, work on that conditioning. 2-on-1 Russian arm tie by Swain. Shot by Swain on a low ankle as Plattner's got his foot caught. Don't get a little lazy here, son. You might get taken down. And now Swain's going to try and trip through and takes Plattner right to his back and gets the takedown. Plattner trying to fight out of this. Got his legs crossed up here. Minute 35. That makes the score 11-7. Plattner still in lead. Swain's coaching staff says cut him loose, give him his escape. He comes up to his feet neutral. 12-7 is the score now. Minute 19 left to go. Plattner looks for a headlock, smells a headlock. Swain tries a headlock. Plattner in on his single leg, head on the outside. Swain trying to bulldog him over. Plattner too strong for that, stands up. Plattner inside trip. Swain tries to take him down. Plattner powers him down. Plattner's going to pick up a 3-point takedown here. Work his way up around the hips. Reaches for that arm. He's got a lace ride hooked up. Let's go to the lace. Keeps the arm. The official right in our camera view, and he hears me and slides off to the side there. 36 seconds left to go. Plattner, 8-point lead here, 15-7. As now Swain sits out. Looks like he's hanging his head a little bit here as we late into the third period. Once again, I'd like to thank Johnson's Auto Sales at the corner of 13th and Adams Street, along with Rebecca Cochran, 165 2nd Street in Decatur. Swain has worked his way to an ankle situation here, and Plattner's going to have to roll out of it and give up the 2 reversal. 2 seconds left to go, and that's going to do it. Our final here is going to be 15-9 Plattner with a straight decision, and that is going to give the Starfires 3 more points. 29-47 is going to be your total. Let's play a round of commercials, and we'll be back with our wrap-up here. You've been listening to High School Wrestling here on WZBD's YouTube channel. Let's see, I'll make sure I get them all in here. And that one right there. Back with more after this.
Strep throat doesn't call ahead. The flu doesn't RSVP. When illness arrives, it usually shows up unannounced. And so can you at Adams Medical Group Primary Care. At every stage of life, your primary care provider stands ready to offer same-day treatment. And if you need a higher level of care, our primary care team can direct you to the most appropriate care Adams offers. Primary care at Adams Medical Group, close by and compassionate.
9 miles from Monmouth and 9 miles from Fort Wayne, situated on 27 just south of 469, sits 9 Mile Restaurant, your home for great meals since 1837. Providing home-cooked meals to travelers between Decatur and Fort Wayne for over 180 years, 9 Mile has stood the test of time as an institution on the southern edge of Allen County. With seating on the family side, the bar side, and outdoors, there's always a reason to stop and have a meal. 9 Mile also has a full-service bar and a professional service that can cater your next event or party. The next time you're on your way to or from Fort Wayne, stop in. You've gone the distance. Welcome to 9 Mile.
This holiday season, our Best One team is especially thankful for you. And no matter what time of year it is, we're here to provide you with peace of mind every mile of the way. Right now, get a Valvoline full synthetic oil change for just $39.99 after rebate. Plus, enjoy the lowest tire prices around to keep you safe and road ready for every holiday drive. Because peace of mind shouldn't come with a big price tag. From our Best One family to yours, thank you for trusting us, for choosing local, and for letting us keep you rolling safely through every season. Best One in Monroe, selling tires, serving people.
Don Myers Plumbing and Heating in Bern is your American Standard home comfort dealer. American Standard has been in business for more than 100 years and welcomes Don Myers Plumbing and Heating of Bern as one of their independent dealers. Don Myers Plumbing and Heating and American Standard will provide your home or business with energy-efficient heating and cooling equipment, saving you money. Don Myers Plumbing, Heating and Cooling at the east edge of Bern on Adams County Road 000, your American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Hi, this is Tina with Innovative Concepts. The holidays are quickly approaching, and we have something for every tech lover on your list. From smart home upgrades and sound systems to remote starts and home theaters. Give the gift of amazing technology this year. Don't stress over shipping delays or big box crowds. Shop small, shop local, and support your hometown experts. Gift certificates are perfect for the gadget lover in your life. Innovative Concepts, 1421 Manchester Street in Decatur. We bring technology to you.
When faced with the difficult task of making arrangements for your loved one, many emotions and questions arise. What would they want me to do if they were here? Where is the money coming from? How much should I spend? Do they want burial or cremation? The staff at Haggard, Hershey, and Zelt Funeral Home can help you navigate these tough questions. Make your wishes known and allow us to make sure that your wishes are carried out. Call Ryan Hershey or Eric Zelt at 260-724-7167 to schedule an appointment today.
Welcome back to Delta High School. We're on Tuesday night. It was the South Adams Starfires making the trip down to Muncie, Indiana, and they take on the Delta Eagles. Delta Eagles win this match going away 47-29. This match started out at 175 pounds as Nick Brewster of South Adams wrestling against Drayton Swain, and Brewster is your winner in 3 minutes, and Drayton Swain is your winner in 3 minutes and over Brewster, and it starts off the scoring at 6-0 for the Delta Eagles. At 190, West Somerset comes out and wrestles against Lincoln Mann, and Somerset makes quick work of his opponent with a 1:45 fall, and that gives them 6 points. We're tied at 6 apiece. At 215 pounds, it's Cooper Affolter, and he's wrestling against Blake Losser, and the win goes to Cooper Affolter by the score of 14-2. make the score 9-6 with Delta trailing the Starfires. As a forfeit at heavyweight to Caleb Thurston gives them 6 points, makes the score 12-9. At 106 is a forfeit to Carson Calhouni, and that makes the score 18-9, Delta on top. At 113, Brock Sprunger wrestles against the tough Cade Jackson, and Sprunger was hanging in for a while, but he gives up a technifall by the score of 21-5, makes the score 23-9, Delta on top. At 120, Max Adams was hanging with Reed Wicker until they get to the 3-minute mark, and he gives up the fall and makes the score 29-6. But other than that, it was a great match for Adams. 29-9 is the score after that. And Dakota Sprunger wrestles at 126, wrestling against Nolan Craig, and Sprunger gets the tech fall and takes the score to 29-14 with Delta still in the lead. At 132 is Daniel Rupp wrestling against Jensen Boyd, and Boyd is a fall winner in a minute 29, makes the score 35-14. At 138, Braxton Huff is wrestling against Braden Swain, and the fall goes to Braden Swain over Huff in 3:21, makes the score 41-14 Delta. At 144, it's Gabe Steiner wrestling against Gus Witter, and Steiner gets the fall, and it makes the score 41-20 South Adams trails. At 150, Sam Mosier comes out, takes the forfeit as South Adams bumps Wyatt Mann up to 157. That makes the score 47-20. At 157, then, it is Cole Foster versus Wyatt Mann, and Mann gets a fall, giving the South Adams Starfires 26-14 of Delta. In the final match of the night, at 165, it's Nathan Plattner versus Drayton Swain, and Plattner is your winner 15-9, giving them 29-47. That is your final score. You reporting for Muncie, reporting in Muncie, Indiana for WZBD's YouTube channel has been Rexper and Josh Gaskell. Josh, first real test of the season for the Starfires. We saw some rust. We saw some rust on these guys, but like I say, first time they make a weigh-in, you can expect that. What's your overall take on tonight's match?
Yeah, they look like they just got done playing football a little bit. I did think this is Sawyer Miller's second year as being the head coach, and I think they're starting to take his identity. He coaches that he wants his guys to score points. I'd like the fall, but he wants his guys to have as much mat time as they'd want and to score a lot of points. And we saw that in a lot of the matches. South Adams actually got the opening takedown, I'd say, and maybe a majority of them, they got the opening takedown. But then they lost a couple of those matches where they got the opening takedown and, gave a reversal to your back or, just struggled to stay your foot on the gas. He's going to have something to say about that. But I thought they looked good. It's always neat when you get two freshmen. Cooper Allfolder steps into the lineup for his first varsity high school match and gets a win at 215. Then you got Gabe Steiner at 144 that, fills a spot that he might not have all year. Maybe he'll move up, move down, and he gets a varsity win over an upperclassman. So there's a lot of things that, you can be proud of, but, it's the first week for him. So there's a lot of things they can work on. And I'm sure Sawyer and Coach Nathan Wynn and Barry Humble are going to go back to the drawing board. Probably hope Cowan was their first duel, but you don't always get that when wrestling happens in the winter.
Do you know if they've rescheduled that Cowan match yet or not?
I have not heard yet, so I'm sure they will. A lot of the Cowan guys want to see that match happen. Hopefully, maybe pull them into the team state picture. South Adams wants to see that match because Cowan's got 3 or 4 studs. They've got guys that went to the state tournament last year, and South Adams has had several other guys, had wins over those guys last year. So they want to improve on that.
If you want to see the match that didn't happen, go and check out Dane's article. He had a pre-match article on the Cowan Blackhawks versus South Adams Starfires that snowed out, but I think that will get made up. But you're right, those Cowan Blackhawks had a couple of state placers, state qualifiers last year and a one-place winner, and they've got a young man named Jackson Bradley that has just committed to the Fighting Black and Gold of the Purdue Boilermakers this week, and that could be a good find for the Purdue Boilermakers. So with that, it was a good match tonight. Final score 47-29 Delta, your winners. Tune in for more sports here on the radio, here on WZBD, and on the YouTube channel.
You've been listening to exciting high school wrestling. Brought to you in part by the many community-minded sponsors you heard. And a special presentation of 92.7 WZBD Sports.